Yesterday and today.
Awesome. All right. Sounds good.
Um, I didn't fully make a spreadsheet, but I have some like links to
Oh, yeah,
potential.
yeah. This is perfect. All right. Let's see. Um,
I think 5 or 7 bots repaired, something about that line. So
Pit Fighter,
like
Conk Form
yeah.
Swapper. All right. I mean, let me just click in all these and look at them real quick.
hmm
Um,
Yeah, if there's anything you want to look for in particular, I can answer
okay. What
questions
is it? What
about
is this
most of them.
title? So, is this Prismatic
Oh,
Pipeline or something?
the peeling scrap ambusher one?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, that. Oh, yeah. It's an inside joke with a friend, but
Okay.
yeah, I didn't know really what I was doing, but I think I like somehow won that one, and I'm like kind of confused what happened. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Okay. Um, let's see. Ranger, Warwick, Conk, Pit Fighter, Form Swapper.
I think I'm an enforcer eighth and an enforcer like fourth, if I remember correctly.
Oh, okay.
I don't
I
think I
could
listed
do.
enforcer fourth.
We could do an Enforcer fourth. Wait, which one is the Enforcer fourth?
Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't list it. Here, I'll send it.
Okay, that sounds like a good one. And while you do that, I will set up screen
hmm
share.
Uh, it's a fifth actually.
Okay, I mean, yeah,
Does
no,
that change
fifth
things or
is yeah,
no?
no, fifth is perfect.
Okay.
I think those like middle
Force.
performances tend to be really good. I feel like there's usually like small stuff in there that can be okay. Enforcer fifth.
I got like a Dominator. Oh wait, let me see. Hmm.
So the time you're gonna get married in City Hall, really?
Yeah, this was the fifth one.
Okay, great. I think that's solid. All right, then let's do. All right, can you see my screen?
Yeah, loud and clear, sir.
Okay, awesome. All right, so this was wait, what portal was it? Oh, Savika. Okay, so this should be an interesting one. I mean, I feel like generally in this portal,
It's higher tempo, right? Is that the whole thing behind it? Like
it's
people
a
have more like items and like
yeah, you get
gold.
more items. It's also like way higher cap. There's more just like random, like spats and things like flying around. I guess I can pull up
Oh.
the let's see, tools, tables. They have a surely they have Academy Conqueror, Mel's Blessing, Call to Chaos. Loot subscription. Yeah, okay. Let me pull this over. This is loot subscription. I think this is yeah. This should be the same thing. So gold decent amount of time. Sometimes 2-star units, support anvil, artifact anvil. 14% odds of spatula is pretty interesting. There's also it's kind of weird. There's no pan option, but I guess like you can get like spatula
Yeah.
into Reforger or something eventually. But you can get
hmm
spatula, so like anything that builds out of a spatula, like potentially Enforcer you can be excited about. And if you get Reforgers, you can do like pan type stuff. But like I played quite a few like five. Well, I've played one crazy 5 family game from this portal. You see people getting
Oh,
like 7
okay.
black rows and stuff like that. Eventually, maybe I think I've seen somebody do 10 rebel in this portal as well, just getting that many spats and stuff like that. So, it just
hmm
opens up the game for some kind of crazy stuff to happen. The other thing to
Okay.
note when you see this portal is that you get the orb after you pick augment. So what you can do is when you're going to pick augment, just before you make a decision, scout everyone else's boards and just watch someone else who's picked an augment, and then you can see what orb they get dropped. Because like for example, like
Oh.
if you're thinking about taking like an enforcer emblem, and then you see that like a spat drops, okay, or like a rebel emblem, like maybe then
hmm
you're even more excited to take that because it allows you to play for like the max cap, like when like I guess experiment emblems like a really good example where like if you take an experiment emblem to one or something, and then you can get guaranteed a spat that makes it way easier to hit like 7 experiment. So something to consider is that you can like kind of like scout people and get a sense for what the orb is, or just know straight up what the orb is before you make your decision on what augment you actually want to take. So something to
Okay.
keep in mind. But yeah, awesome. Matty 2 start here. You can be pretty happy with here. Also, we have like an even shroud, which is pretty good. I mean, yeah, I think already like when I see a Matty 2 here, yeah, yep, I think this is exactly what I would do. I would hold on to these guys for now. I also definitely really want to hold on to the Amumu here because like it could be like Scar, Mumu. If you ever find Zeri, would be also like a dream in this spot
Oh,
here.
yeah, yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, I would hold a Mumu here. Like my thought is I don't really need damage here. I'm pretty confident that my damage is either going to be Maddie or Draven in this opener. Like I think it's quite unlikely that I'm going to end up actually playing the Zyra. Morgana maybe because she fits with the Visionaries, but still, it's a Maddie too. The odds that by like next fight we end up getting like a Morgana 2, which is the only way it would be better than Maddie 2, is quite unlikely. So I would just hold the Amumu here and just say Maddie is always going to be my backline, and like a Maddie 2 is enough backline for a while. And like maybe I just play random Maddie 2, random Draven 2, and that's my backline. But I want to hold the Scar because he has synergy with the Maddie, and that if you find Zeri, it bridges the gap. Like if you find Zeri, yeah, Scar, Mumu, Zeri, Maddie would be a great opener. So we end up selling him there, which yeah. Okay, first augment here. I mean, Sorcerer Crest is an interesting one because it's like you can, like it's one of the Pan ones, Pan and Rod.
Yeah.
So like if you get our Fortune, you can get there. But this is a cool spot to like scout lobby. Honestly, though, like if you don't get something crazy, it's probably just Wandering Trainer. Like Wandering Trainer in this portal,
Okay.
just kind of
Gives
crazy.
a lot of direction, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of direction. It plays for high cap. Like imagine a world where it's spat drop here. You take Wandering Trainer, and then all you need at that point is then like one more emblem to play for like a 10 Rebel, just free win. You know, like if you get Rebel off your thingy, like it's so easy to play for like the 10s with Wandering Trainer, especially with something like Rebel, because normally to play 10 Rebel, you need to push level 10. If you have the Wandering Trainer, you only need to push 9 because it's a unit on your board. So this like makes it way easier to play for the 10 traits as well. So I think I would almost always take this after. I mean, once again, you should do the little scouty thing here and see like, yeah, if you scout anyone, and you do a quick scout here. Yeah, so like this guy's already taken their thing. They got Firelight Emblem. Looks like, is it 2-star? It's not 2-star. It must have either been gold or like component here, it looks like. Because, oh yeah, that guy just took augment. So too much value. Yeah, I mean, just looking, it looks like it's probably like a component or maybe just gold. Like that guy takes it. I think if you would waited like a half second more on that guy's board, it would have popped out. But either way, all good. You look at Wandering Trainer here, which I think I would just take Wandering Trainer here. What are you looking at? Category 5 here? What's your thought process?
I don't know. I thought of Maddie too, and I think I had some kind of front line. So category 5, I can maybe win streak with. Like it gives me an item, and I have even shroud, and like I have another what do you call it? Like blade or sword.
Yeah.
Is it sword?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever that thing is called. Yeah. So I think it's like pretty good if I get anything off of carousel like after that.
Yeah, I mean it's a high tempo option. The only problem is like the only reason that I would lean away from category 5 is like then you have to lean into category 5 as your game plan, which like kind of means that maybe you have to play Enforcer this game because like there aren't that many units that actually benefit that highly from category 5. This set, it just feels like kind of a weird augment. I guess they did buff Renans a bit this patch.
I've done with like Ezreal category 5
Yeah,
before.
like that's the big one. Which like if you have like, especially if you have like Academy Renans with category 5, it's just like GG's. But I don't think we know what our Academy item here is. But yeah, Ezreal is one of the best units. I'm pretty sure he like part of his like cast procs it like when he throws at the thing, so he procs it like really quickly. I think it's like technically a bug, but or I don't know, maybe it's not a bug. I guess you never know with Riot Games. But yeah, we get our thingy here. Yeah, it was okay. So it was a 2-star 1 cost here that we got from our thingy. So for us, that's just gonna end up being 3 gold here. Take a while on the augment, which feels a little bit bad because like honestly, with this board, we could be winning this fight with just like a Singe 2.
Yeah.
So it feels a little bit bad, but it's hard. I would definitely buy the Singe 2 for sure. Okay. And you get the Draven 2 as well. So you kind of have to make a call soon here what you want to play for. I mean, you also have you have Draven 2 plus Violet here. I mean, it's not going to be it's not going to like be a family game in this spot, but I think you can definitely. I mean, I would probably just I would play Draven 2 over the Maddie here. He uses like category 5 like fine. I like Maddie uses it quite well, but I mean the upside is he's like a pit fighter, and so like you're actually getting a nice trait onto this board,
Violet, right?
Yeah, exactly. So like it just plays nicer on this board. Like you'd have a stronger early game here. Like honestly, that fight into this fight, like had we played strongest board and like play for the Draven kind of stuff. I don't know. We'll see what the rest of the stage looks like, but we have a really strong board. Like we could be playing for like 5 streak here. And yeah, especially looking at these boards that we're fighting, they're pretty weak. Also, why is this guy? They only have 2 costs on their board for the thingy. They should be okay. Whatever. But
Wait,
okay.
what is that thing?
Oh, it's
Like,
what's it called? Too much value. It's
Oh yeah, I've never taken it or read it before actually.
it's for every 2 costs on your board, you gain a reroll every
Oh,
round.
reroll. Yeah. Okay, I've seen that one.
Yeah. They just buffed it this patch. I really want to try taking it because now it gives 4 2 costs. Like theoretically, if you can get 4 2 costs on a 2-1 and just start banking rerolls the entire game, and then either like send those at 3-2 or even just like go like past 8 or something and then use a bunch of rerolls there, it actually sounds like pretty high value.
Okay. Yeah, that seems reasonable.
Yep, I like Glove here for IE. Pretty solid. It's a good slam in your spot, and just good item. It's kind of got like synergy with Renan's just because like the bolts can't crit, but like it's fine. Like it still like plays to the general idea of getting a bunch of AD attacking and like doing stuff, and it's a good item onto Maddie, so I think it's fine here. And you get the Kog'Maw in here for sniper, which I think is solid. Is it ever like play a Mumu here? I don't think so. Like you could hold the Mumu here just in case you get some other stuff to play around. Like I said, like the like Watchers type idea would be pretty good. But I think what you're doing for now is fine. And yeah, okay. So we're gonna be on a 3 streak here. Yeah, we would have actually 5 streaked had we won the first fight. But yeah, it's just like it can be overwhelming. Look at all of these augments at the start of the game. So I understand.
Yeah, I was a bit slow with the first board. I think that was a kind of unfortunate.
Yeah, but I mean, 4 streak is still quite good. But yeah, I mean, like 5 streak here, you're in a much better spot. So I would just say like a takeaway already can be just like when you're looking at your first augment, like you end up taking category 5, which is, I mean, it ends up doing quite well for you this game. So like I won't say that it was bad. I do like the idea of Wandering Trainer, but it is high risk, high reward. But I would just say like being a little bit like just kind of trusting yourself on that first decision and being like, okay, I'm just gonna take what makes sense for me here, because like not having time to play at 1-4 actually like cost us 2-1 this game cost us pretty dearly.
Yeah.
Okay. So a few things here. We can either make 30 gold here, or we can hold on to like Kog'Maw and all these Watchers and type things. I think I would just make 30 gold here. Cog 2 is cool, but like we're not going to be able to really itemize him. And if we don't make 30 here, we're going to be kind of poor for a while. Just like in general, if you aren't making at least 30 on Krugs, you will be poor for a lot of the game. You're just kind of like behind a lot of people in econ. I guess unless we get a bunch of gold from like loot subscription or something, or loot subscription. Okay, you end up making gold this way. I mean, I would just hold a rel because it's a rel pair here. I guess your thought is that we're playing towards Twitch this game. Is that what we're holding on to? This stuff?
I thought it could be maybe like experiment Twitch.
Yeah, I mean,
like with like Runon's Rage Blade, something like that.
Yeah, I think that's like pretty reasonable. I don't think Radon's like I don't think category 5 is like amazing on Twitch, but I think it's pretty reasonable. Okay. I think that's fine. But I think like I don't know, this Nunu is not coming onto our board for a while. I guess theoretically you could level and play him for like Visionary. But I think I would rather just hold for strongest board here and then pivot like into the Nunu later. Is my thought, just because like yeah, I mean
I'm not
it's
super
just
experienced with the experiment Twitch, I think, line, so I'm not really super clear on the next in. I think
it's quite solid. Oh, and also we get a bunch of our econ back, and we get an Elise, and we get an Urgot. Okay, and we get a Zeri. We get a lot of stuff that is good here. So we just play this as our board. Yeah, I think this is perfect. I think this is great. And like, okay, I mean now I definitely. So you end up playing Enforcer this game. It's kind of interesting because I feel like your line towards Twitch is like, especially now, like we have Elise who fits pretty nicely as just like a solid bruiser onto the board. We have the Nunu pair now, which really makes me want to play it. I guess you're looking at like items here. We already have Even Shroud here because like Winsu's tends to be really, really nice. And like you could feel okay about getting rid of the belt and just making Redemption here. The only problem is that gets rid of your heal cut component and like. But I think I would just make the Redemption here, slam it for Streak, and just try to be as strong as possible here, because every fight that we win is a lot of gold, and like we'll find the heal cut later if we really, really need it. Would be my approach to it. So I would just make that. Other option would be like Guard Breaker or something, which like I don't know. I feel like you really want the extra attack speed onto Twitch. All right, Simon Bulky Buddies Shield Bash here. Bulky Buddies can be awkward in this comp. I mean, I don't think it's Shield Bash, just because it's like. Yeah, I mean, you'd have to play towards vertical. You have to play like 6 Sentinel to be really happy with this augment, which, I mean, if you're playing that, it's good. But outside of that, it's not great. Sniper Crest. I don't love Sniper Crest that much. It's okay. I would just look at Slammin here. It's an econ augment. It's gonna give us another component. Like we can use a lot of components here. Obviously, bow is really good for like Gwinsu. Any kind of like frontline component is really good for giving us like if we get like a chain, we can make like Steadfast here or Sunfire. There's a lot of stuff you can slam here, so I like slamming a lot. And the other options are okay. Yeah, okay. So we get slam here. I like this. We do get chain here, which is perfect. So I guess you do end up actually in like kind of a crossroads here. You could either make Steadfast Redemption and have 2 tank items slammed, or you can make Sunfire plus like kind of nothing, and then wait for other stuff. It feels so bad to pass up a Sunfire slam, but I think I would just make Steadfast Redemption here just to get 2 tank items made.
Oh wow. Okay.
Because yeah, like this allows you to slam 2 tank items, so now you're triple item tank. Then you have the rod open for Gwinsu. Like you feel really good about your items at this. Like you have triple item tank and almost 3 item backline. My issue with not making making Sunfire here is Sunfire is a great item, but then what are we doing with this tier? This glove is also a bit awkward because we want this to be Gwinsu. Like it just makes our future items pretty awkward here. Like we're gonna have to like spread items here. Crown Guard, Nah, I mean I don't like Crown Guard because it's getting rid of Gwinsu component, which I really like onto Twitch, and then also like it also gets rid of our chain. So like now we make Guard Breaker. I mean I think these slams are pretty decent, but like if we're playing towards Twitch, I think you would much rather in this spot be playing for the Gwinsu. It also has pretty good synergy with the Renan's augment. Just the more you attack, the better with that. But okay, at least we make some slams. So Scarzeri in our shop. I guess we can't hold both. Yeah, I mean I don't think. Is it better?
Yeah, I'm like pretty overwhelmed with the slam.
Yeah.
A lot, yeah.
No, it's pretty tough to figure out items there, but I mean, you're still in a really good spot with slamming when streaking. Like every fight we win here is huge. So we'll see how many we can continue to win. I mean, this guy's the reroll thingy, and is he playing 4 2 costs at this point? I don't actually. Does it count unique 2 costs? Or I haven't taken this because they. Like, I would only take this now after they buffed it, but I don't know if it counts unique 2 costs or not, because he's playing double Akali on his board. I guess it doesn't count unique. Like, I think you can play multiple of the same one. Okay. I mean, Spat here would obviously be great, but we're not going to get it. Bow Twitch would obviously be great, but we're probably not going to get that either. Oh my god. I mean, if we do get Bow Twitch, oh my god. I mean, or Belt Alawi is pretty good as well. Okay, but I mean, you just take Bow Twitch. Wow. Okay, wait. Are you sure this is an enforcer game? How does this? I mean, I guess we'll see. How does this game end up being enforcer?
I'm not very familiar with like the Twitch line. I think is the problem. Like I don't. Like I've just never like played it except from the bruiser spat angle, like where you bruiser like Mundo. I was just trying to figure out like how things would go in, and like I thought Twitch without Rage Blade was just bad, and like I already had kind of closed up the Rage Blade in my head, so like I thought like it was kind of a closed option.
Yeah. But I mean,
I don't know, like
But if we thought we were playing for Twitch, why did we close off the Rage Blade? Because you really want to make Crown Guard, but Crown Guard's not amazing.
I was like kind of panicked by the slamming.
That's fair. Yeah. I mean, Twitch without Rage Blade isn't amazing. I think it's like, I mean, it's not great, but you have this bow open. It's not like it's impossible for you to get back into Rage Blade. Like it's gonna be awkward because you're gonna have to move one of these items somewhere else, but it's not that bad. I would just move items to Twitch over at this point with Experiment. Just play 3 Experiment and sell to Maddie. It's like Maddie 2 versus Twitch 1 are like, in my opinion, about the same power level. But you can be 3 Experiment Twitch here, which like tie breaks, and then you're really excited to play the Twitch here. So that's what I would do. Just get rid of the Maddie here, play Twitch with these items, and be pretty excited about your spot. You slam the bow here for slamming value, which is good. This is actually like a pretty close fight, though I think we're just barely gonna lose. Yeah. I mean, it's not close enough that I think we would have won the fight with the other setup. So okay. I mean, that's life. We end up losing our streak. I mean, it's fine. We're level 7, 50 gold here, 88 HP. The spot is still fantastic for us. And yeah, I guess at this point you're like, okay, we are just going to play an Enforcers game. I mean, the problem with Enforcers is like you really want to have solid Vi items to be like excited about playing this comp, and we don't.
Yeah.
And you also like kind of want to have the other like step 2. I guess step 1 versus step 2. It's not the end of the world. But yeah, I just don't think it's going to be as good as potentially just playing the Twitch line, which maybe I think it's very reasonable to find a Gwinsu later, or you can even just make like red buff on Twitch. Also, gives him a lot of the same like attack speed that you'd be getting from Gwinsu's. But okay, I mean we're really rich in this spot, so I think you're looking at potentially 4-1ing it. I think that's perfectly fine, especially with all the XP that we got from Slammin. Like I think a 4-1 is in order here. I think that makes sense. And yeah, you even just pre-level up there, sell some other stuff. I think we barely didn't make 40 there, but not the end of the world. But I mean, look, we're at 70 gold, level 8. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we just send it here for our board here. This is going to be, I think you were already, just looking at you trying to fit the board in, or kind of overwhelmed, which, I mean, fair. This is a hard turn to play out. But yeah, like you just work on getting 4 Enforcer in here. I mean, I would just, you don't want LW, right? Yeah, just keep these items for now. You can just, I mean, you just red buff. It'd be like red buff, and then honestly, it's just red buff Hodge, right? You have especially if you're playing for Enforcer, it's heal cut and it's Hodge for Vi. Looks really good.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
but yeah, I think this is a like a slammin' diff game. Like it's
yeah,
it's
I
like
think I just yeah.
Oh my god, we
ran
have
out
a
of
Caitlyn
time.
in like the first shop. Okay, well, I mean, now I guess I see the line for Enforcers, like. But our items, like I said, the biggest hill to overcome this game is that like our items are not really it for, like, we have no Vi items is the really scary thing for me in this spot, especially after not making Hodge there. Okay. I mean, I hate Tomb Raider. I hate Heroic Grab Bag. I mean, in your spot, I guess like sometimes it's fine. But yeah, I hate these options. No, do not roll this before this. I mean, Sated Spellweaver is not that good. Okay. But Tomb Raider is just not like.
When is Sated Spellweaver good? Like, I don't understand why you would take it. It seems just kind of bad.
It's not that good, but like, I mean, I don't think it's even that bad on like if you have a super big Vi, she casts, you get a bunch of Omni Vamp, heal up. Like, I think it's fine. I mean, it would probably just be Clockwork accelerating your spot. It scales pretty well with Renan's augment, but I mean, I guess if you think that you're just definitely taking Clockwork, I guess this is fine. But I hate that the Tomb Raider augment. I've just never seen that augment do a single thing for me. But okay.
Okay.
We do this. I mean, your big thing is you still need you still need your last. Yeah. You need Loris or Vi here. So we play the double. And then we roll and see the Vi next shop. Okay. The other thing about this comp is like your spot's pretty good as far as playing it, just like econ wise, HP wise, and everything. But this comp to me feels very much like tempo, like heavy tempo. Like you really want to be like 6 Enforcer as quickly as possible and be Vi 2 as quickly as possible. And like we're not really. I mean, we're far off of Vi 2, and the big thing is that we just don't have the power of being able to play for like an itemized Vi 2 here, which is unfortunate in the comp. You move items over to Kate, or you move some items over to Kate here. And I guess, I mean, the Renans has to stay on Maddie. I think I would have just left these items on Maddie for a little while. I like K1 should be theoretically a bit stronger than Maddie, but like the problem is the Renans is never going to be very good onto Kate. Just because she has very low attack speed. And so because you're category 5, I think that like kind of wins the tiebreak for just triple item Maddie and then just go for red buff on Carousel for Caitlyn. And Caitlyn can be like Last Whisper, red buff, and she can just be applying those really nicely in your spot. Best case scenario. I mean, you'd really want in my opinion, you'd really want either bow here or, I mean, I would just take the bow here, but yeah, if you can't get that, sword or glove or just some kind of Vi item. None of these are bad. I think glove is probably the best. Yeah, this is fine. And it's you still have the tier open, so I would make Hodge here, and then you can move that over to Vi. Okay, so I think if we end up making Hodge here, which, okay, we do, then we end up finally getting the Hodge onto, or do we not? We'll see. Guardbreaker Vi? Meh. Move the tier? Or not? Don't Renans the Vi? I don't want to Renans the Vi. Like, she barely... Like, I don't know. Let's see how many times she's an AD caster almost, like auto. But this entire time that she's casting, she's not autoing at all. And she's a frontliner. Okay. Like oftentimes AD frontliners like Vi in this spot, they're not getting a lot of mana from auto attacking. They're getting a lot of mana from just getting hit. Like then, imagine that, she autos like 3 times and then she casts. And then like while she's casting, she's taking a bunch of hits. She gets a ton of mana from being hit. And then she like autos one more time and then casts again. Like she's just kind of like chain casting, which is like kind of the ideal setup for your Vi. But then like she's getting 0 Renans value. So this Renans just has to stay on Maddie. Like she's the only unit who can actually like hold it very happily this game, which is a little bit sad. But I mean, it's not even that bad. But yeah, I mean, we're fighting relatively weak boards. Like the fact that we're winning these fights is pretty good. You're thinking of anomalizing. I mean, Caitlyn is the pick to anomalize here with the idea that you can play for just like max cap. You're pushing level 9, playing for Caitlyn too. 55% more AD from all sources doesn't look great in this setup. I don't.
What do you want, Caitlyn? Besides like mana.
Yeah. So like I mean, just like straight up damage. I've seen people talk about what is it called? Like
Oh, the
called.
wolf familiars, right?
Oh, I've seen people talk about that one as well. I haven't played it on Caitlyn yet. I've seen people talk about
Okay.
Call to Frost, the one that like slows
Oh, the utility one?
yeah,
Wait,
because she's
really?
just like hitting so many different
Oh, okay.
units. So
Okay,
like,
okay.
and I've seen it
I'll
sound
try
like
that next time. That
okay.
sounds cool.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool on her. I don't know. I saw someone taking it and they did like okay. It didn't look like broken, but it looked like fine. I
Okay.
don't know. I imagine the well, she does a lot of burst damage. Like I was gonna say, I imagine the execute one is pretty good because she's hitting so many different targets. I think it's like okay, but I mean, I don't think it's attack expert. I think you can also honestly nothing wasted. The only problem with this is I mean, one, they nerfed it this patch, and two, like she takes a while to cast, but I don't mind a nothing wasted triple damage item. Caitlyn setup, like I would move LW, you'd go like IE Guardbreaker and then something else. I think this is probably good enough. If you, I'm for nothing else, I'm excited to see you take it and just see how it performs this game because I haven't done nothing wasted, Kate this game, but or this set, but like it sounds
Okay.
solid to me. I wouldn't actually level this round. You're 57 HP. You're pretty healthy. Like I would just take the few more rounds at 50 because like you actually do need a lot of gold in this spot to hit your board because like we have one 2-starred unit and it is Maddie. The
Yeah.
entire rest of the board is 1-starred. So, you know, we need 8 gold for
A
Alawi
lot
2. We
of
need 8
gold.
gold for
Okay.
Vi 2. We need 8 gold for Elise 2. We need 10 gold for this. You know, already that's 34 gold that we need before we obviously spend gold on rolling it
Oh.
all. You know, we need 6 gold for this. We need 40, 50. Like we probably need about 50 gold worth of units, and then you know probably another like 30 to 40 gold worth of rolls in this spot. So
So I could like sack some HP to like get more
yeah,
gold to kind of for the roll down.
especially because we're about to go into minion round, right? Like winning or losing this
Yeah,
fight,
yeah.
like it'd be nice to win this fight, but like it doesn't make a huge difference. And also like leveling in this fight, like we leveled for what like Impesa here, like I don't think that made a huge
Yeah.
like maybe we would have. I mean, we didn't even kill these units anyway, so like I don't know. Maybe we would take like one more damage here, not leveling, but you'd save in hindsight like a lot of XP because also we just lost like everything that we're pre-leveled up past 9 is XP that we've wasted here. Like we lost 6
Yeah.
XP from slamming here. We're gonna lose another 2. Like we lose like 8 gold plus like a little bit of gold that round for like making 5 interest. So you end up losing like almost 10 gold here, like probably 9 gold in the spot by leveling early, which like you kind of need all the gold that you can get. Like you're rich, but you're actually not rich in the context of how much gold you need for this board,
Oh.
you know? But okay, I mean,
I
you're
was
just,
thinking about going level 10, like
oh no, there's no way.
maybe.
There's no way.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
I mean,
okay.
okay. The reason
Okay.
why we can't go
Yeah.
level 10 in this spot. So like in general, I talk about I thought of this concept honestly, and like the more that I've thought about it, the more that I think it makes sense is that like the standard power level of like a carry and a tank on your board should be the stage -1. So like
Yeah,
we
yeah.
want a 2-star 4-cost frontline, 2-star 4-cost backline here, and we are 1-star 4-cost frontline, 1-star 4-cost like damage dealer and Vi, 1-star 5-cost, which is like not that much stronger than a 1-star 4-cost. Like we are way behind the current curve of just like how strong the board is, like how strong other people's boards is going to be. Like we rotate into a
Yeah.
Heimerdinger board with like a Lawi 2, Heimerdinger 2, we're going to get destroyed because we just don't have 2-stars on our board. And
I see. Okay.
similarly to the level 9 idea, like you need to go level 9 and then you need about 50, like I said, like 50 gold worth of units and probably like, I don't know, at least 30 to 40 gold worth of rolls to actually get there. If we go level 10, then we probably need like 60 or like 70 gold worth of units. And that like, if you were,
It's just too much gold, right?
yeah, like honestly, even if you were 100
Mhm.
gold here, I would still not consider going level 10. Like you would have to
Oh,
be
wow.
like
Okay.
maybe 150 gold here, and then okay, you can go 10, and then you have like 70 gold to roll, and you can be pretty happy. But like even if you're 100 gold here, like imagine if you go 10 in this spot, like right now, it's like 76 gold to roll or to level, then you have like 30, 40 gold left. That's just not enough gold to build a board. So yeah, I think what you can do in your spot is just roll on 9 here. Find your upgrades, like stabilize. Like you can go 10 this game, just not right now or not anytime soon. Like what you should do first is stabilize your
Okay.
board on 9 and then go 10.
Uh-huh.
So roll down for like the Caitlyn 2, the Vi 2, Alawi 2, this kind of stuff. Then once you have
Mhm.
enough of a stable board, then push 10. But like in your spot, I just don't think it's realistic to go 10 here. Okay. We take tier for blue buff. I like the blue buff a lot in this spot here. And then you can go like I think actually, I mean, I don't love Titans Vi, but we are like your other option is what you end up making here, which doesn't feel very good. I like the blue buff, but I think it would just be Titan's QSS onto Vi and then move some of these items down. I think would be
Oh.
fine. But
Okay.
like
Okay.
if we like with this setup here, like the gargoyle is okay, but now we end up making our second last whisper and our third armor. Like we're even shroud, last whisper, which is yeah. I
That's
mean not
terrible.
ideal.
Yeah.
Like yeah, we're basically
Yes.
like down a couple of items in this spot. But hey, I mean you might as well slam it, right? It's not like we're gonna
Yeah.
we have nowhere else to get
Like,
and we lost
it felt
slam in
so
value
bad.
actually as well.
Yeah. Yeah. It felt
which is
really bad. Like,
which is fine. But yeah, just make it. Like it sucks. It's not good. We should not have made this, but like I mean you can't change it at this point. You might as well just make the slam. But yeah, I mean you can't. I mean the second you start fighting like stronger boards with like 2-star, like this board's a good example. Like this guy's board's even, I mean it's like relative, like yeah, he's like 2-star backline, 2-star tank, almost 2-star Mundo tank. He's got another 2-star 3-cost tank. He's got a Mordekaiser as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And another 5-cost here. Like this guy's board is like about average strength, I would say, in this lobby. Like probably not below average. If he didn't have Mordekaiser, probably a bit below average actually, because he doesn't have Mundo 2. But with Mordekaiser, he's about average. Like this guy's about average, and you got 7, I think 8-0'd actually. He was level 9. I think you got 8-0'd there. Yeah, it's just like we went to you have 10, you have 5 gold. You have 5 gold. How could you possibly hope to like even best case scenario, you roll once here, hit like a Caitlyn 2, and then you roll a second time and you hit a Victor. You'd have to sell everything else to play it. Also I would not buy this Ambessa 2. Like she has no items on your board. Like this is 12 gold. Like you need so much gold right now, and we're spending it on an Ambessa 2 who's not 6 and 4. Like she's not benefiting from Enforcer at all. Okay, I like moving the items down to the Jace. That's pretty good. Like it's kind of tragic that he's not Enforcer. Honestly, they might be better on Maddie, but I mean they're definitely better than they were on Vi. But here, like once again, like this guy's not level 10. This guy's level 9, but he's got Corki 2, he's got Echo 2, he's got Elise 2. Like he has stabilized his board on 9, and now he can maybe think about going 10, though he's kind of broke, so he probably won't. But like he's he's good enough to maybe top 4 this game, or maybe worst case go like 5th or something this game. Like this is the spot we could have been in on level 9, but with even more gold, But now we're level 10 here. I mean, your best case scenario is, you somehow hit like a double Caitlyn shop or something. I mean, Caitlyn off carousel maybe into like a Caitlyn from shop. Once again, you really need gold here, so Caitlyn is really good to take. Okay, get Caitlyn off carousel. All right, roll it down here. You pick up Vitu for sure. I would buy that. Warwick, I think, is better than definitely some stuff on your board. I mean, honestly, sell the Ambessa here, play the Warwick, and it's just gold that you can use to find Caitlyn or Jace too. I think it's fine. Like,
okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Because like the Ambessa, I mean, she's fine, but one, Quick Striker doesn't do anything on our board because neither of our Quick Strikers are itemized. And the Emissary bonus is like fine, like it's pretty decent, but it's not good enough that I would
it's
like.
It's not good compared to like the 6 vertical, right? Vertical
exactly.
Forcer.
Yeah. And like it's not good to the fact that I could like sell this unit and have enough gold to buy Warwick and then maybe roll and pick up like a 2-star 5-cost here, which could maybe save our game. If you hit a Caitlyn 2 here, we found Vi 2, like we're actually in an okay spot. That is actually pretty tragic that Vi has no items. Honestly, I would just move the tank items over to Vi. Like they kind of suck on, like you'd leave like Crown Guard Alawi maybe, and then move Even Shroud Gargoyle over to the Vi, just because Vi is generally going to be tankier than the Alawi here. But yeah, and then we just take fairly a loss there and die. And it's actually a top 4, which is insane. But yeah, I mean this game.
It's in 5th. Oh, I kind of lied. Okay,
I mean top 4 though. It's had this guy had 10 more HP, then it would have been a 5th. But yeah, like I mean, this is just insane greed. I think in general, the pivot to Enforcer, like I don't mind it that much, especially right after you find the Kate. I do think okay, I lied. I minded a decent bit because we have no items for Vi. It's like not the worst thing I've ever seen in my life, but it's still like we still would have had a much better game this game like just playing towards Switch. Yeah, exactly.
I hope the rod open, right? And like
exactly.
the bow and like
And worst case, like if you wanted to play Twitch this game, I wouldn't even mind make red buff on a Twitch. Like red buff is attack speed as well. Like it's not a Gwynsu's, but it's not like it's like 60% of a Gwynsu's or something like that. Like it's not that bad onto Twitch. So I would definitely want to go for that.
Okay.
And then outside of that, I mean, augment choice. Like at the end of the day, Category 5 did well for us this game. I still like whatchamacallit, the Wandering Trainer, just because like you do have the possibility of like, I mean, did we even
capping out pretty high?
Yeah, I don't think we even got a spat off of loot sub this game, but like you open yourself up to the possibility of getting spat from loot 7 playing for like 10 rebel or something. There's just so many possibilities from it. But okay, cool. So that's that game. We got about 20 minutes. Do you have another game that you like in particular that you would want to watch, or
yeah, could we look at the like the Warwick Conqueror Pit Fighter one? That was like a really strange
this one?
I play Conqueror a lot, and I like kind of struggle between choosing between Pit Fighter and Conqueror.
Okay.
And like I see Swain here, right? And I feel like that gives me some kind of direction.
I mean, Swain plus Draven too. Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah.
To definitely play in the opener. The struggle with Conqueror is that like if you are not super win streak and getting to those high stacks, it's just not enough late game.
Okay.
So you pick this stuff up. I think this is good. Yeah, we get Pit Fighter in here. We also have the Violet that I would be interested in holding. Maybe we can get like 4 Pit Fighter set up eventually. We'll see. But yeah, down to hold the Violet here. And I don't want to hold the Amumu here as well, just because he's Watcher with like Darius for like eventually we find Darius. I would hold Vi here just in case. Like there's a world where if you get like some broken augment for it, you could play family from here. Like it's I think it's fine. Okay. Epitaph, Scavenger, Slammin. I think you say it's Scavenger in the title here. I don't like the Scavenger augment that much.
Wait, you don't? Okay, it was kind of exciting, dude. I don't know. I thought it was a win streak augment.
Yeah, I mean it definitely kind of is, but like I don't know. The idea is that like if you think about like whatchamacallit, this or here, let me just go to items, support. I'm actually interested where it is now. Unstable. Okay, so if you think about unstable treasure chest, which is like one of theoretically the worst support items in the game, like stats wise, it's very low here compared to Eternal Flame, Spite. This one is when the holder dies, you get 4 items essentially. So like this one is in some ways better than unstable in that you get 5 items, but in some ways like a lot worse than the unstable treasure chest because you have to kill units to actually get the items. So like the comparison, especially because this like at the start of set was only 4 items, which is like then it's just then it was straight up worse than unstable. And at least it's like at least it has the higher cap of 5 here, but still like I think if you asked me would I take this or would I take an unstable, like the thing is you can just solo frontline the unstable unit, have them die, and then give all your units items. But this you have to do the work of actually killing the units to get the items. So like in a world where like you're fighting somebody and the fight's like really close and it takes forever for you to kill a unit, you're actually getting like no value out of this. So that's why I just don't like this. It's that like we've seen that like unstable is like not a very good support item, and this one is essentially just taking that support item as your gold augment, which is it's not great. I think Slammin's also not bad.
Wait, is Scavenger not better in the sense that you get it earlier in the game than the unstable, so you can like early on nobody has items, right? So if you have a completed item, it's like a lot of power.
Sure, but I mean, same thing. Like you could say the same thing for if you took support anvil here and took unstable, like you would still get the items. Like when the unit dies, what's your?
I see.
You know, like when that unit dies, like say like this was your current board and you put random Amumu in here, solo frontline him, put unstable on him, like he would die and then give items to Draven and Swain here.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah, I don't know. I've seen people take it. I don't know. It's looked okay sometimes. Like it's kind of like a cool looking augment. Like when it does stuff, you're like, whoa! It's like it's throwing all these items on my units. Like it looks cool, but I don't know if I'm that convinced that it actually is that good. But yeah, okay. So this is your spot here. You level for the Darius just to try to play strongest board, which I don't really mind. Your board's like not bad, and you have a lot of item slam, and you want to get kills with Scavenger, so I don't mind it. I guess the question is, what do you actually want to play from this spot here? Because you're kind of incentivized to slam these like 80 frontliner items. I mean, I wouldn't mind like just either. I mean, it'd probably have to be like an emissary type game. Like if you don't end up playing like Conqueror, which like I said is a little bit hard to play. I feel like you would have to end up playing around like emissaries, just because like. That's one of the few comps that you can just play into straight up that like you that you get to play like all these AD frontliners and feel good about. Like outside of that, like the other ones are pretty niche. Like they're kind of hard to get into. Like you can play around Vi with like Enforcer, but we don't have the Enforcer opener. You can play into
Pit Fighter or like kind of something like or Form Swapper.
It's just those ones I feel like to me feel like a little bit less like I don't know, they feel like really niche. Like I don't see most people just starting the game and saying like, okay, I'm going to play a pit fighter game, you know. Like you kind of need the
Okay.
emblem to be really excited about playing pit fighter, I would say. So yeah, like that's my thought. As far as that is like, yeah, you kind of really need the emblem to be able to play for it. But yeah, I mean, you make BT here between Darius and Urgot. I think it actually does go on. I think it does go on Darius just because, like with this positioning especially, you're not actually getting a lot of value out of like the BT healing and the BT shield until later in the fight.
Right.
Like you want the unit that is that has BT to be like taking aggro, but to also be like living long enough to get like a cast
Right. It's
off
like a
and
tank, pseudo tank item too,
exactly,
right? In a
yeah.
way.
But like
Yeah,
if we
that
put
makes
Urgot
sense.
second row here, like if you're gonna do this, I would put Urgot first row so he tanks up a little bit. I mean, I would pop this anvil before you end up making the even shroud, but you end up making even shroud here, and then I guess we're gonna take like sword. I think that's fine. Yeah, pretty solid. Okay, and so yeah, we get some scavenger value. We're scavenging here, so that's pretty good. We'll hold the violet here just in case we get like 4 pit fighters set up. Yep, that's good. Another violet is chill though. Nothing really to play on this board for now. So yeah, I mean the spot is pretty decent, but yeah, I feel like my default in this spot would be just to play for like 4 emissary or something. I don't know. It's not my favorite comp right now, but it's
Okay.
like it's good enough. I think certainly in your spot, and I think it's like the one that you would default to with these items for sure.
Is it like
And
an emissary kind of like Conqueror comp, or like what is that like really flexible?
oh, it's like yeah, it's like pretty flexible, but like the idea
Uh-huh.
or not explorer team builder. I mean, the idea is that like you're playing all of the emissary units. So like we're always playing 4 emissary. And then like the units around it, like there are a few different packages you can do. Like you can play kind of like this form swapper package of like this plus this, which adds in a decent amount of trades. And it's usually Corky as well. It's like emissary plus Corky is usually a backline. So like this is like one
Two artillerists, right?
yeah, exactly. And just also just kind of
Okay.
like damage. So like this is like one package you can play, and then oftentimes I'll play like Vi with this. There's other units that you can fit in, like this can be kind of normal, but then you can fit in like TF fits nicely on this board as well because he's quick striker and enforcer
quick
for the
striker,
Vi.
okay.
There's also
Yeah.
like a lot of people play around like Vladimir to pair with Garen. It's also like Sork, which is not the biggest thing, but it's like okay. There's also this idea of like capping out later with like Rel, Vladimir, and Rumble, who gets Scrap in. You get Sentinel in. Like this is a pretty nice version of the board as well if you can get to Rumble. So yeah, but like it's basically the base idea is like play around for emissary plus Corky, and then flex in units as you hit them, which can be like any of those versions that I just showed you. So yeah,
It's
like
like a
this,
level 8 board, right?
yes, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
So yeah, it's just like it's a fast state and play for because like that's what makes the most sense to me in your spot is just because you don't really have much direction as far as like you don't have any emblems, you don't have any like really easy verticals to play into. This is a little tragic, but yeah, I mean I think this is pretty reasonable. Ooh, you're thinking about double level here? I mean, yeah, if you're gonna do this, I would scout first. Like I think you could also just make the call to remove her the Urgot for a round. I mean, you put the items on Darius. Like once again, the items are probably already better on Darius just because he is for Conqueror and because he's taking all this like aggro at the start of the fight. But just think about like Urgot 1 generally better than Darius 1, yeah, but for Conqueror generally better than not for Conqueror. Also, the Darius is. I mean, I guess if we put these 2 items, he's not going to be getting that many items from Scavenger, but he'd also be like getting items faster from Scavenger because this Urgot is like sitting back here. Okay, this is the only kind of. I mean, I wouldn't mind a sword here, or not a sword, a chain here, and you just make Edge of Night. Because you take sword here.
That makes a lot of sense.
With the idea that's like Deathblade or something, but I just like finishing your item in general in TFT will be pretty good. Play Watcher here. I think it would still play Pit Fighter, but like I said, I mean, I think if you move the items over to the Darius, you could think about playing Watcher here, like you're talking about. I mean, yeah, if you're gonna play this, then this is okay, but yeah, it's still just because Darius. I mean, he's a Darius 1, but he's benefiting from for Conquer here is the big thing, and especially with like
pretty strong, like this person.
Oh yeah, this guy you're fighting.
Yeah.
No, therefore it's not bad. I mean, this is like the hard part about playing Conqueror is like if you ever lose a fight, then like your game becomes difficult. Okay, and the second you hit Darius, you move items over. Oh, I would still put him on the edge though. Like he does the swing around him.
Right, when they wrap around him and then he heals,
exactly.
right? Yeah, that makes sense.
Also, I wouldn't pre-level here. I know that like you're not like it's not like you're making 20 this round, but you kind of want to be making gold next round. Like you're gonna
Oh,
be
I
kind
meant to
of.
click on the Vander. That was like
Oh,
a
okay,
that
okay,
was a
okay.
misclick. Yeah.
I was like, yeah, this seems not ideal. But I mean, at least we're for Conqueror here. We're stacking up pretty quickly. But yeah, like I think this is perfectly fine as an opener. Like you did almost 5 streak. I think had we played around the Darius a bit more, we could have actually 5 streak there. That guy was really strong. But like Darius, like Watcher Darius there with BT, even Shroud Edge of Night. Like I think actually it's potentially winnable. Oh, and now that we have Vander too, I mean we can just play that. Yep, like this. Okay, I like it. I mean the board looks pretty good for now. But the problem in my head,
Mm-hmm.
unless we get Conquer +1 and then get 6 Conk in like pretty early, is just that like you are going to like Conqueror is just gonna fall off later. It's also it's just kind of awkward, this Conqueror. Wow, Rel 2 as well. Okay, not bad. We can hold on to. I think you held Draven pair here over this thing, the Urgot here, right? Yeah, I mean, I would just sell the Draven pair here. We're not hitting Draven 3 in this spot realistically. Like it's just gonna be too hard to hit. And so and like Urgot's probably our next in on this board, unless we find like a whatchamacallit, a GP, which would be like the dream for Form Swapper and Pit Fighter. But yeah, I mean, Urgot can certainly be our next in here. I mean, it's just red buff, I think is fine. Like we already have the other thingy. And I think red buff is fine. It's an anti-heal that you need. It's attack speed onto Draven, which is pretty good. Like, yeah, I think you just make red buff here and then keep glove open for whatever late game, i.e. Hodge, any kind of Quicksilver even maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. I mean, if you had Conquer +1, this would be sick. Probably not in this spot. I mean, it does give you Invest, which is cool, but I'm not that big of a fan of it. I think I would just try to play like a normal game of TFT and take like Raining Gold here and just. What's the first time we Scavenger again? Yeah, we take this, get a Heimerdinger. That's kind of cool, but like not really.
It's 4 gold.
Yeah, and that guy's Conquer +1 as well, so they're going to be like stealing some of your units, which is a little annoying. I don't think Sated Spellweaver is that good. Magic Roll.
Oh no, I remember what happens here. This is so bad.
Do you take Sated Spellweaver? Oh, okay. That is quite yeah. Magic Roll. Yeah, okay. So I mean definitely a takeaway is just to be like it's good to think hard on augments, but like maybe not this hard, you know? Like we're thinking maybe like way too hard on these augments just because like it's timing out like multiple games.
Yeah.
So just Sentinel here.
Yeah, sometimes I'm not sure, right? And yeah, I just need to make a decision a little bit faster. I think that's
exactly. I mean, like,
yeah,
you'll hear this in some games, but the idea being like any decision is better than making like no decision. And you know that's definitely the case in situations like this where like you end up, you know, I mean, getting defaulted to Magic Roll here, which is not very ideal. I mean, that's probably a worst case scenario. The rods. I mean, I guess eventually if you get to Mordekaiser, it'll be fine. But for now, it definitely hurts. So. Yeah, it doesn't feel very good. All right, Rod Glove open in this spot. I mean, like
one could be a Gunblade, right? I don't know, like
yeah, Gunblade's not bad. It's not amazing because you've already got VT, so like double healing is like kind of meh. Like I think. I mean, that Magic Roll just made our game so awkward to play out in general. Like you made the double Guinsu, which I think is like pretty reasonable in your spot. Like you don't have anything else to make here, but now like you kind of wish you had like an AP duo carry here, which in your spot eventually could be a Mordekaiser, but like not for a long time.
That's really far away, right?
Yeah,
and the other Conqueror guy probably wants more too.
I guess I would just take Crown Guard here and just take a defensive item and then like hope to figure out like what this other like it could be like Crown Guard and like Morello's eventually or something. It's just like so awkward to play out in your spot, I would say. Okay. Do you have anything to really level for in the spot? I mean, you have Trist. I think on a 4-streak here, I would definitely just level here. It's not that expensive to level. You can still make 30 gold here, and like getting Tristan would be really nice. If you're gonna take this sword, I would just like to make a slam here. I guess like it would be Gunblade. That's why I like the Crown Guard, because you can just immediately make that onto Vander here and feel pretty good. Because like you need to win every fight that you can at this point, especially with the Conqueror idea. So
yeah.
But okay, 121 stacks here.
Kind of overwhelmed that I guess after the Magic Roll result.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, we end up leveling this round. It's fine. I'd still prefer the Trist. Like I said. But I mean, I think this is, or even the Nami would be fine. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's just 3 Watch. It doesn't really do anything. And the 2 Sork is like fine. I think I just prefer the attack speed onto like Draven and stuff, but it's kind of close. Okay. Finally lose a fight here. We have a decent amount of gold stacked up, but I mean, or of stacks stacked up, which is not bad. Finally find the GP who, yeah, fits really nicely onto this board, so we can play that. But yeah, I mean, you probably, it's like kind of not ideal, but I think your best angle from this spot is still just the emissary board, just because like Conqueror,
Oh, okay.
like my
Yeah,
issue
yeah.
with Conqueror is that like
Is it like a tempo board most of the time for people? Like
what
you tempo
Conqueror?
with Conquer,
Yeah.
yeah, and then you like move into like Emissary?
Yeah, exactly. Like you can't
Okay.
really, unless you have Conquer +1, because the problem is you need to get to that like high enough number of stacks, once you're getting to like the ones where it gives you like a support anvil and like an Ornn anvil, like around like the 500,
Mhm.
600 mark. Like that's where you actually have enough stacks where you're like winning the game. And also just having 6 in, like you really only play Conqueror late game if you have like a Conqueror +1, or like I guess in your spot if you like high roll a Mordekaiser, then you could play it. But you need to get to
Uh-huh.
6 quickly. If you don't get to 6 quickly, you're just not going to stack up enough to like
I see.
outcap other people's boards. So yeah, still a pretty awkward spot here items wise, because you could drop the tier all of a sudden, which is like once again pretty tough. This is where like having the crown guard would have been nice, because then we could have made like maybe a Hodge or something. Like we building out
Yeah.
that tank item would have been good, because now we actually end up with 0 tank items this game. Like we don't have a single, like we have to make like our only tank item here could be TG, and like that's potentially it, which is definitely
But that like leaves all the AP items. I
yeah,
felt like that
exactly.
was kind of
Yeah.
rough.
But like okay, so you go BT, Hodge here, even Shroud. Let's look back. Double Hodge. I mean, your options are pretty horrible. Shojin. like the other nice thing about the emissary board is you do actually have an out for the AP items, which is just Nami. Like Nami 2 with AP items, it's
Mhm.
not great, but it's like acceptable. And then you could go something like, Shojin JG here, and then just have those items on Nami and not be so sad.
Mhm.
Like that's the other reason why it'd be nice to play into that, because it gives you somewhere to put the AP items. Because now like we end up doing this. Yeah, I think that's what you just have to do is make like Shojin JG, play AP items on Nami, and like live with it. Because like it's just we have so many healing items, and there is certainly like a point where if you have too many healing items, you don't actually do any damage, and
Do
then
the
like
enough damage. Yeah.
you're
I
not
got you.
healing. Yeah, you're not healing
Mhm.
anything. So yeah, but okay, 142 stacks here. Reunion. There's actually like a pretty good augment in like this like echo ambushers type comp, but it's pretty hard to actually get there. So I don't think we can
Mhm.
do that. We have a decent amount of items, though it's a lot of duplicates, so item collector is tough. Solid spin is a fun idea, but I think my head would explode if I took this here. So like it's actually probably your best option, and then
The
you can
best
pivot
one,
into other
yeah.
stuff. It's just really tough. Like if you want to take salvage bin here, like what I would
Mhm.
probably do is just reroll this, and then like try to take salvage bin within like the first 5 seconds, and then just spend the rest of
Okay.
this round level roll and then figure out my items, which is like
Okay.
really tough to do. But like you just want as much time as possible here. Um, I mean, I don't. Yeah, I mean this is okay. I don't like a golden fine. Like out of your other options, I think this was the best one. Yeah, because the other ones are pretty tough to take. But once again, like I don't even really know what another sword is going to be good for here. Like we're gonna make, I don't know, a Deathblade, a second Deathblade here, which I don't even really like this Deathblade item in general. So it just feels kind
Okay.
of bad. But yeah, we also didn't level 4-2 here. I mean, we're not that. I mean, 32 gold here. I think you do kind of have to level and roll a bit here. Just 'cause our board's like a little weak right now. You don't have to like
Mhm.
send it straight to 0, but we just need to find some stuff to be excited about here. Okay, we got a rod and a reforger, which is kind of nice. Reforge full death cap. I don't. Oh, and then we get another Gwinsu's. I mean, especially if you are not considering any kind of comp that plays AP, I think reforging death cap is not that bad. I mean, what you could do. What's our HP again
Uh-huh.
here? You're
It's
relatively
like
healthy. Yeah.
mhm.
I was just gonna say what you could do is wait around, check carousel, and if there's a Mordekaiser on carousel,
Oh.
then like you feel a lot better about having the death cap, but you're actually not that low, right? So it's like you don't get great carousel prio here, so you're probably not gonna get it even if there is a Mordekaiser off carousel. So okay, I guess this is fine. And there doesn't. But like yeah, you're like mid round of picks, right? So yeah, it's pretty tough to potentially get that off carousel. I would just try to take a tank item here because we're starved for tank items here. The cloak is fine, the tier is fine. Like another sword, like I would just We have 9 damage items and 1 tank item. I would really like to build a tank item, at least one. I mean, a second one. I mean, even Shroud is like half a tank item, so we have like half a tank item at this point. Dupe there to move items. It's kind of cool, but I mean, you should just roll first here. Like, one, you could find a different, like another Darius so that you don't have to do this. And two, I mean, he's still a 4 conk Darius too. I don't think the swap is actually better until you find Vi too. Because once again, like, think about what's actually like buffing up these units. Darius is being buffed by 4 Conqueror and Watcher, and Vi's just being buffed by like essentially 2 Pit Fighter in this spot. So I think the Darius is actually still better. Also, you run into this really scary question of what are we actually anomalying here? This is why rolling last round would have been good as well, because now, I mean, I do like Bulwark Vi a lot, so I think.
Yeah, you told me about this tech last yesterday.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it makes sense. Oh, Warwick? Okay, it's kind of interesting. But you need to keep rolling here. Okay, we find Vi too. So I guess your plan ends up being, like you're talking about, you kind of pivot into like more vertical Pit Fighter, which, like I said, it's not that much of a comp without Pit Fighter +1. We do find a Svika. Okay, maybe we'll get there. But yeah, I mean, this was a tough game to play out. I think we made some decisions that made the game harder to, like, made it even harder to play out. But okay, we'll see. I would like just like 1 damage item on this Vi at this point, probably like a Stair Axe or something. But I mean, you can see just like how much she heals and how tanky she is with that Bulwark. It's actually really nice. You could maybe hold TF there. I don't know. I mean, I think your game plan is, I mean, at this point, it's relatively reasonable here. You're thinking about maybe going 9 in this spot. I mean, you have the Vi too. Your board's probably just barely good enough to go 9 here. I think you could get away with it. Oh, we find the Urgot. So that's nice. Okay, so we're actually in not the worst of spots. But okay, so 80 gold here. Oh, this is a spot where I would just make Syrax on Vi. I would move it over to her just because like the double Hodge, it's like you will you're gonna hit kind of diminishing returns on how much healing you have. Like you're not gonna be able to heal through everything. I mean, it's just like, like a lot of this healing, you see like Vi is just sitting at 100 HP. Like the healing there is just like not really doing anything.
This is like overkill, right? Like more damage or like more tankiness. Yeah.
Probably would just take spare parts here. Yeah, I don't think we're that confident that we're actually, and we kind of need the gold. Oh, we do find another Rumble here. Level here. I mean, I think there's actually another case where like it's just like you probably have to sack 2 more to actually level here, just because we're only 20 gold here. Like we're just too poor to go to really find stuff on 9. And like I guess we're 14 gold, and like some of the other stuff we can sell. Yeah, I mean, you end up winning.
I thought
this
a win streak, so I kind of wanted to like really level more aggressively. Was my intuition here.
I mean, I guess if you level,
do you feel that's like incorrect?
I mean, I like win streaking here. I guess if you level and don't roll at all, this is fine. Just level here, chill on this board, make 20 that round, make 30 this round. Okay, I don't mind this. Just level and just not roll and just wait. It's making it harder and harder for us to find Violet for 6 Pit Fighter, but maybe we're just gonna play 4 Pit Fighter the whole game. That's okay. But yeah, I mean, Violet on 15% odds, not even that bad. But yeah. Oh, this Vi is so good, man. Actually, she's actually smurfing. And we still have the 4 Conkin. Yeah.
I think that tech with the fortified is actually crazy.
Right? Yeah. It's so good. We still don't have heal cut, right? So we'd like that Sunfire if we can get it. Oh, we can't get it, so we just take Sterax here. Okay. And then same idea, we could also move Sterax over. And then we would have healing onto our Savika as well, which would be nice. So yeah, just be okay, we do it. Nice. Okay. Nice. Yep, this is perfect. Okay, I love this. We should roll here though. You're 40 gold now. We're paired on Rumble. Like we're paired on a decent amount of good stuff here. And I mean, it's really just the Rumble and like the possibility of finding Savika, but it's like don't tell me there's another game where we're trying to go fast 10 where like it's not gonna happen.
Oh no. I don't go fast 10 here.
Okay, let's get through this fight. Sight Rod. I mean, you're still not rolling. It kind of looks like you're trying to go 10.
Wait, I might have. I follow staple here, actually.
I mean, your board's not bad, but I still, like, once again, there's stuff I want to find on 9 before I go 10 is the idea. I mean, this looks like a relatively weak lobby, so, like, you do end up being pretty stable, but it's just, like, I want to find my 2-star 5 costs on 9 before going 10. I mean, I guess you found Rumble there, and this guy, oh my god, this guy just FF before you got to 10. But it's just, like there's a lot of stuff, like, I think in your lobby,
you make this board better, I guess, like from my standpoint. Like I couldn't see too much. Yeah.
I mean, the big stuff on 9 is hitting Savika 2 here, hitting Rumble 2. And And like most of this stuff, I'm relatively okay with keeping. Maybe finding some better, like finding 6 Conqueror as well. I think would be solid. You'd have to cut some decent stuff to get to it. Like you maybe have to cut 2 Pit Fighter. I mean, yeah, it's actually. You don't really want to cut this. Maybe just Rumble plus. I mean, you're not cutting Warwick, but yeah, like it's just. I'd like to find if this is a strong lobby, I would like to find 2-star 5 costs on 9 before going 10. I mean, honestly, you end up stomping the lobby, so I guess it's fine. But I think like as you climb higher, like this board will end up just losing some fights at stage like stage 5 and 6 because people will be playing for higher cap. But I mean, for now, if it works, it works. But I do feel like maybe you lean a little bit too more towards the fast 10 game plan because I mean last game was egregious. In this game, it was like you were probably right on the line and you did actually make it to 10 reasonably, but like it was I don't know, it was a little scary. Okay, but
Okay.
All right. We actually went a little over time, but I was getting into this game. This is a fun game to watch, so I liked it. Any last second questions?
Made it really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess like do you have any I guess suggestions overall like on like VOD suping or like processes or anything or like
Yeah, I mean, I think what you did here, uploaded these VODs and like named them relatively like I like fifths and like fourths and that kind of stuff, like the middle placements, because I think those games there's like a lot of stuff that you could do to change the game. So like that's what I tend to like reviewing. But you know, if there's a particular, I think at the end of the day, the biggest factor is like a game where you are not sure what went wrong, and you want to like kind of like figure that out. And so like if you find a game like that, I don't really care what placement it is. Like I'd be happy to review it. So
sweet,
yeah,
dude.
Awesome. Well, this was great.
Happy Sunday.
Happy
We'll talk
Sunday.
soon. Thank you.
All right. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye-bye.